What is up, fellow Rumblers? My name is Gene. Welcome to a new Rumble Stars episode. Now today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at the new Rumble Stars Rumbler in the game, the Hamster Trio, and we're going to see how they fare off against every current Rumbler in the game. Alright guys, so kicking off this 1 versus 1 comparison, the Hamster Trio going off against the Fan. The Fan has a 9.8 second field time, while the Hamster Trio has a 18-second field time. So not only do they have almost double the field time, but they are also faster than the Fan, and there are 3 of them. Now with that being said, guys, the Fan can definitely blow them back and delay them for a certain amount of time until its field time delays. But with that, the Hamster Trio definitely wins in this comparison. Alright guys, so next is Hamster Trio versus Mr. Big Shot, and this one is ultimately going to come down to aiming and timing, because the Hamster Trio are a very fast rumbler, but Mr. Big Shot can definitely wipe them out, as you guys can see in this video right now, if timed correctly. So on this one, the Hamster Trio gets taken down by Mr. Big Shot. Alright guys, so next against the Hamster Trio is the Bouncer Bear, and he does, I would say, a decent job as long as he's going against 1, but the Hamster Trio is 3. And with that being said, guys, if 1 hamster is getting beaten by the Bouncer Bear, that means 2 more hamsters are still on the field trying to get the ball. So with this being said, I give this one to the Hamster Trio. Alright guys, now against the Hamster Trio is the slyest fox in Rumble Stars, Sly Fox. And with that, as you guys can see, they might be able to outrun the Sly Fox, but once he gets the ball and he has invisibility, they are no match for him. So this one goes to Sly Fox. Alright guys, so next against the Hamster Trio is Magnet, and Magnet still does a really good job at holding, or holding 1 rumbler down. But with the Hamster Trio, there are also 3 of them, so as long as he's holding 1 down, there are still 2 on the field. So I would give this also to the Hamster Trio. Alright guys, so next is Mammoth, and I think Mammoth does a better job at juggling these rumblers more than stopping them. Now he does delay them, but the fact that there's 3 of them still gives them the advantage over Mammoth. Now guys, next is Seal versus the Hamster Trio, and with this comparison, I honestly believe it's going to come down to who gets to the ball first. Now the Seal, if he gets to the ball first, he will just keep throwing the ball onto the opponent's side of the field, but if the Hamster Trio gets there before the Seal does, they will definitely outrun him and make him useless ultimately. Now guys, next is Mr. Fire versus the Hamster Trio, and as long as you do not miss and you make a direct hit, the Hamster Trio will not stand a chance against Mr. Fire. So it's ultimately going to come down to user error and aiming on this one. Alright guys, so next against the Hamster Trio is Cannon Man, and Cannon Man can ultimately wipe out the Hamster Trio in 2 hits as long as he can make direct contact with them. So with that being said, as long as the Hamster Trio does not outrun him, he will take them out in 2 shots. Now Royal Dung, guys, will ultimately stop the Hamster Trio, but due to his lower field time, they will still be on the field when he is already off. So that being said, the Hamster Trio outlasts Royal Dung. Alright guys, so General Molotov against the Hamster Trio. If the Hamster Trio does not walk into his field of fire, then they will ultimately live longer than the General Molotov's field of fire. But if they do come into play with his field of fire, they will ultimately die to his fire. Now guys, Mr. Mind versus the Hamster Trio. If they do walk across his path and he does do the explosion, he will ultimately beat them in the outcome. Now guys, Hamster Trio against the Leeches is the first 3v3 interaction in the game. But with that being said, the Leeches are not as fast as the Hamster Trio, but if they are able to hold back the Hamster Trio, they will ultimately suck all the field time out of them. But if the Hamster Trio has the upper hand, they will beat the Leech. Now guys, next comes Croc versus the Hamster Trio, and I think Croc does a really good job at actually taking down the individual hamsters, because as you guys know, each hamster has their own individual health, which if Croc grabs one of them, he will start taking out their health individually. So I think Croc is actually a good defense for them, just as long as he doesn't get distracted entirely by just one. Alright guys, so next is Stomperoo versus the Hamster Trio, and Stomperoo actually does a good job at countering them due to the fact that she can jump to the ball even though they are faster than her, and when she kicks, they have a way less mass than her kicking power. So Stomperoo is a good counter for the Hamster Trio. Alright guys, so next we have Fake Ball versus the Hamster Trio, and the Hamster Trio definitely takes a lot of time trying to put the ball into the the opponent's goal. So I would say the Fake Ball does definitely counter them with this. Alright guys, so next we have Froggy, and Froggy does a good job at countering the Hamster Trio by using his tongue. But them, they also counter him because they can move and they can run faster than him. So I give it actually even part on both of these rumblers. Now, guys, we got Sniper Wolf, and Sniper Wolf gets hard countered by the Hamster Trio due to the fact that his shot has a time limit on when he can actually build it up to shoot. And in that time, the Hamster Trio can actually snatch the ball from him, delaying his shot or even taking away his shot completely. Now, guys, Hamster versus Raging Bull, I think they do a good job at beating him, being faster and then also being more than one. But if they do get hit by him, he could actually take him out individually, but they're still faster than him. So I would give this one to the Hamster Trio. Now, guys, Striker Tiger actually does a really good job at countering the Hamster Trio due to the fact that he can actually grab the ball, and when he throws it, he has a really good shot power, which leads them to always having to chase the ball, which will take down their fill time. So I would give this one to Striker Tiger. Now, guys, Bomber Hen actually does a good job at taking out the Hamster Trio if her bombs can actually reach them in time. She can actually clear them out, which for her being 5 energy and them being 4 is actually good. For the person who expended 5 energy on them. Now, next, guys, we have Hippo, and she actually does a very good job at countering the Hamster Trio due to the fact that if she gets the ball, she could actually push them with the ball. But if they get the ball before she does, she actually doesn't have the speed to catch up to them. But in both cases, they actually counter each other very well. Now, guys, Love does a good job at countering and stopping the Hamster Trio. However, they have a higher field time than her, and she only has a very short field time. So therefore, I would give the total outcome to the Hamster Trio. Now, guys, next we have Tiny Tanuki, and I think he does a good job against the Hamster Trio because he actually is very similar to him. He's fast. He can actually keep up with them. So therefore, I'd give this also an even matchup. Now, guys, next is Bomba, and I think Bomba actually, if deployed at the right time and the bombs go off at the right time, can actually take out the Hamster Trio. But that doesn't happen. Scenario doesn't work that way. Hamster Trio will counter him because they are faster than him. Now, guys, Melon versus Hamster Trio, I think he does a good job at just stopping them in case the scenario comes down to where they're about to score, and you just throw the Melon to stop them from scoring and you winning the game. But other than that, Melon is really just still a cycle rumbler in the sense. All right, guys, so next is Ice Boy versus the Trio, and Ice Boy, it ultimately becomes down to his projectile. If the Hamster Trio does not come across it, they won't fall victim to it. But if they do, they will still out fill time Ice Boy and his stun effect. So this one goes to the Hamster Trio. All right, guys, now that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.